No more family. Harry signs an agreement with William to Walkabout. Rumors of reconciliation are fake. Hello friends, welcome to the remarkable news of the royal family's most anticipated monarch William and notorious traitor Harry on our Kate Middleton and the Queen News version 2 channel. So when we saw the royal quartet back together, a lot of people were hoping for a reconciliation. There they were, William, Catherine, Harry, and Meghan, all together walking outside of the castle to accept bouquets of fresh flowers from fans of the Queen. They watched together as people were offering relics to the late Queen outside of the palace in order to remember the Queen. Naturally, a lot of people felt pretty emotional seeing the four of them all together. In spite of the unresolved conflicts between the brothers, in the end, the two of them gave up their egos in favor of their late grandmother. But when a source revealed that Harry and Meghan had signed an agreement to walk outside of the palace together, the hope that people were feeling came crashing down. See, as it turns out, this whole thing was just pragmatic. It was intended to serve the royal family. It did not come from affection. And this basically just confirms what we already suspected, which is that Harry and William do not see each other as brothers anymore. They're basically a couple of strangers. After this news came out, observers were careful to analyze the gestures and the attitudes of the royal foursome during the walkabout. So they decided that most of the looks and interactions from these four people were artificial and forced, particularly what they saw coming from Meghan and Harry. One insider said it was strange to see them together, but it was clear that there is no love lost between the two couples for obvious reasons. Yes, they were all there together, but that does not mean they were happy to be there together. I do not think that behind closed doors they're friendly with one another. If you watch them closely, you can see the relationship is broken. Obviously, Catherine was furious, but at the same time, she did look empowered. William, as always, looked cool, calm, and collected. William just oozes the power that he has now in terms of titles and of holding on to the purse strings, too. Both of them looked incredibly in sync with each other. And when I looked at Harry and Meghan, I saw a lot of distance. In fact, if I compare Harry's expression to the expressions that I saw on William and Catherine's faces, he looked a bit hostile. And I know she's an actress, so I can never tell what's genuine and what's not, but to me, Meghan looked very uncomfortable. It looks like William and Catherine have a very strong connection, and they're always on the same wavelength. But when I look at Meghan and Harry, I don't see the same thing. Something is just off about the two of them. So what it looks to me like is that when Catherine and William decided they were going to spend time with the Sussexes, they were pretty much taking one for the team. They understood that it was important to present a united front. And rumors are circulating that Harry and Meghan were going to do a walkabout all by themselves. And considering now that they only care about creating content for Netflix, William stepped in because he understood that he needed to control the situation. Now, in my mind, it makes a lot of sense to keep Harry and Meghan on a very short leash. But who knows what's really going on behind the scenes? It could be a case of just letting the Sussexes be involved, of giving them basically nothing to say about getting shut out. All members of the family have done something similar in viewing the floral tributes. I wouldn't be surprised if William and the rest of the family are just thinking they have to put up with Harry and Meghan until the Queen's funeral is over and finally they'll head back to the US. William and Catherine understand duty on a very deep level, so I think this was an example of them understanding what the job entails and accepting that a part of their new jobs is having to be diplomatic to people they don't like. I mean, you know the old saying, sometimes you gotta set yourself on fire just to keep other people warm. I don't believe that William and Catherine would ever want to give Meghan or Harry the time of day, and vice versa. But if this was what the late Queen wanted, or what the King asked for, then they just have to do it. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something about Meghan and Harry just looked really strange to me. William and Catherine, on the other hand, look so confident. You can see they are embracing their new positions, and they have become quite the power couple. And the best part of all of this is that even though they had to put up with those nasty Sussexes for a little while, see, before too long it will become clear that Harry and Meghan are tolerated for the sake of protocol, but they will still always be persona non grata. It was obvious that something was amiss. You could tell from the way that their body language was so stiff. And also when Meghan was pretending to read the sympathy cards, you could see the tension. And since then, it has been revealed that the Sussexes secretly planned this private walkabout all by themselves. They even went so far as to contact their US media people and PR people in order to capture the footage. So basically, what went down was this. The US media contacted their UK counterparts, and someone in the UK contacted William's staff, so all of that blew right up in their faces, because William outsmarted them. Immediately, he issued an invitation to Harry and Meghan to join them on a walkabout at Windsor Castle. And William was so clever. He quickly put out a press release saying that he had invited Meghan and Harry to join him and Catherine. He only gave them 60 minutes to agree. And if you look at the media footage, you can see there were lots of people who refused to shake Meghan's hand. People actually went so far as to groan when they realized that they were not on the Wales side of the castle gates, but instead on the side of the Sussexes. Now, people were classy enough not to boo, but still. The media people there were caught totally off guard, and the public was shocked. So yeah, I can see how at first it looked pretty amazing. The Fab Four is returned. But then we found out the truth. Most people just want to hit Meghan when they see her stooping to stand with the royal regal. One person said, "Nausea and revulsion. There is everything wrong with Markle. Harry is no better, and as a matter of fact, he deserves the likes of her. Harry always did like to go slumming. Catherine and William were paragons of strength, duty, and impeccable character, just as the future king and queen consorts should be." Of course, I was bothered by awful Harry and Meghan, but still, what really bothered me were the American newscasters, if we can even call them that. Now, I'm an American citizen, so I'm the first one to realize the good things and the bad things about my home country. But I just cringed so hard when I listened to them comparing the Americans with their British counterparts. You see, when talking about Her Majesty, they didn't even use the correct, respectful way of speaking about her. They would just use normal pronouns like she and her, and I had never heard that kind of usage in reference to the Queen. I thought surely they should know better. And the media can spin it all they want, but every picture does tell a story. At one point, you could see Meghan was absolutely furious. You could see her jaw was clenching. And that was an appropriate gesture from King Charles and Prince William at this time, as Her Majesty the Queen would have done exactly the same thing. So maybe now the whole world will wake up to the lies that Meghan has told. Maybe this will finally be enough to burst Meghan's bubble. Really, Meghan and Harry should be thanking William. I don't think most people would have booed them considering how sad the occasion was, but I think a lot of people would have silently turned away, and that would not have been a good look for Meghan and Harry. But nobody was going to openly disrespect the Prince and Princess of Wales. People were on their best behavior in front of William and Catherine, and so that meant that Harry and Meghan were safe from the jeers and the boos. Apparently, Meghan and Harry even went so far as to invite CNN to follow them on their private walkabout, but William heard about it, and so he invited them to walk with him and Catherine. Meghan and Harry are not royals any longer, and so they don't have a right to walk all by themselves with their own news coverage either. So I was watching it, and when it began, the bottom of the screen had this yellow banner that said Meghan Markle arrives at Windsor, and that banner stayed on the screen the whole time. It didn't even say that Meghan and Harry arrived at Windsor, or that William and Catherine and Harry and Meghan arrived at Windsor. No, it just had her name. And then the videographer just followed them around. Clearly, it was all about Meghan. She was the star of what I was watching. But obviously, she's only doing this for the attention. She hates the monarchy. This is all just for her to get some much-needed PR. So what do you think about the fake reunion of the royal quartet? Please let us know your thoughts below in the comments section. We hope you have found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave us a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next videos. Bye-bye now.